Okay. You want to do it again? You guys are on mute.
Oh, hey, welcome to the ground with Giles Jones, Schlegel,
I would.
Cappuccino, and we start all over. But great week, everybody. That's a good thing that we can reset, right? I mean, redo it. So.
Change the format.
Yeah, actually, really good week. I'm actually starting to get a little bit more movement. Taking doing a few more things, but still cautious.
Where are you doing Thanksgiving this year?
My parents.
Your parents?
My parents.
Where do they live?
They live in Mundelein.
Oh, okay, so close.
Yeah,
close.
Yeah. So yeah, our tradition is always going to mom and dad's.
And you got Zachary coming out?
Oh yeah. Well, he lives at home. The entire family.
The whole family goes.
Oh yeah. The whole, 3 times a year that we get everyone together. Christmas, Thanksgiving.
I just changed it.
Easter.
I took
Yeah,
it.
sure.
It is nice. It is
Okay.
nice. But, sometimes it's a little stressful.
Yeah, as long as you're not hosting, right?
That's it.
Well, mom wants us to, but she keeps doing it every year. That's the best, most beautiful thing.
And hey, we you may not be able to see it out on YouTube. We're trying to figure out that whole layout on YouTube and whatnot. But the entire thing is out there on Facebook. We're good, but give us a shout. Let us know you're there. It's this whole new vertical thing, so it looks like you're on your phone and it's dumb, so you can see Kelsey and Steve. So you are the stars of the show today. But next to Kelsey, we got Coach in, which is great. You want to introduce Coach? Yeah.
So this is my father, Coach Mills, or David Mills. But welcome. This is your second show, right?
Second show, yeah.
The first one he was on was about childhood memories, so that one was interesting. Because obviously we come from really different age gaps, so I don't really know much of his childhood memories. Most my grandma told me. So, or they're true or false.
So you get pulled into the family time. Thanksgiving, childhood memories. Next one will be like, what did you want to say to your dad that you never did?
Or what did you want to say to your daughter?
Well, you can always do that. That's okay. The kids don't want to say those things.
No, YouTube is good. We're sideways.
Okay.
Yeah, we look good, but keep an eye on it because I'm not seeing the comments pop up. So.
Yeah.
But if you're out there, just go ahead and comment. We'll figure it out. We'll address them. We'll be good.
Pop in live, right?
Well, if you want to.
Unique show up here, come in live. Don't be afraid. You can't look worse than any of us on a Friday morning.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
It's great. Oh, it's great.
So this week we're chatting about Thanksgiving traditions.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
What we're thankful for, traditions, and what we're going to do.
Well, careful, Steve. Don't spill.
It's all right.
You're good.
Good.
You're good.
Comments are not coming.
Yeah, no, they're not. So we're
Awesome.
We're okay. Yeah. Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
What do you guys do on Thanksgiving, buddy?
I haven't done Thanksgiving as a family probably 5 years. We do Sam's house.
I got you, Don.
No.
Don just asked if we're seeing the comments, and I do on my phone, but we can work it out from that way. We'll pop. We got you. We got you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, technology is great when it works.
But
Live shows are awesome.
I'm thankful for that one.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we don't. This year will be the first year. Sam's dad also said no, so we're gonna be doing it real small this year.
Okay. We're still giving thanks for something, right?
Oh, sure. I'll be probably doing a friends gathering.
Like
I'll let you know when that happens.
Friendsgiving?
Yeah.
Little Friendsgiving?
Sometime between now and Christmas.
You're more than welcome to come over to my house
Friends.
and deal with my my in-laws. You're more than welcome to come and
Yeah.
create that block in between.
That sounds horrible.
Put a refuge.
Great.
I don't even like dealing with my own family. Somebody else's sounds horrible.
Oh my God. You don't like dealing with your family. It's Thanksgiving. Thanks. They get 1 day a year to hang out with me.
No, I see my family all the time.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is the 1 day a year where I'm forced to see them under a high stress environment. I
Mm.
gotta cook. I've gotta get the house ready. So
the
make
stress,
sure all the desserts are done.
the stress is from getting it prepped properly or from everyone coming.
Yeah,
and
it's just
having to keep
hosting.
everyone happy.
Yeah, hosting, keeping everything running smooth.
You're not with them for just 2 hours. It's like a 6-hour deal, 7-hour deal.
Oh, no, I get it. I just, for some, it is stressful. As strange as it is, when you get together with family, it does, this expectation of what's going to happen. creates so much stress. It's just ungodly.
I've got to
sometimes, you know.
I've got to do Thanksgiving somewhere that has a couch because once I'm done, I'm done. Like I need to lay down. I need to be horizontal. I cannot be just standing upright anymore. Not once dinner is done. And then you have from like 3 o'clock until like 7 where everyone's just sitting. And like, okay, go home. It's
And then you
fine.
guys the ones that make an eye contact with you, you're like, I'm done talking.
Yeah.
Social battery done.
No football, no golf. Like it's all done. Let's go.
For many, many years, my family, you guys hear of the community harvest, right? Where they gather food and give to the food banks. We talked about that a little bit last week. Every Thanksgiving, we get up in the morning and we go to, it's not happening now. Crystal Lake still has one, but we go to the community harvest we put together, take food and actually sort it back out for all the people, all the foods that was donated. We reverse sort it, which was really great. We've been doing that with the kids since they were younger. When COVID hit, it shut down. You know, we couldn't find enough people to actually put it together. So, I mean, our food pantry is struggling a little bit because we don't have that. So I'm trying to get that back on track, hopefully for next year.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, that's something I really will, because the kids look forward to it too, because they can run around and, you know, grab food, shop, load it in the trucks, and, you know, they know that they're doing good. So that's, for me, the tradition that
No, it's fantastic.
I miss big time.
And it's a great note. This time of year, if you are thinking about volunteering at your local food pantry, Crystal Lake Food Pantry needs help now, not on the day of.
Yeah,
They never need help on the day of. They need help leading up to it, the setup, the prep, everything. They need the help right now. So get out there and do the
They
volunteer.
used to have the same thing where they used to do it things. That's what gave us the idea to do it in Denver.
Yeah.
We did it in there for many, many years, and then they stopped doing the reverse sorting. Now they're just asking for donations, which they just did yesterday or the day before.
Yeah.
And they had a really, really big success, which was great. You know, I mean, and people don't even realize, even in a good economy, how many people are struggling to use that food. You know, that $10, $15 worth of stuff that you drop off that, you know, is really nothing in the big picture for you, but just really keeps the family rolling and actually eating just basic.
So on Thanksgiving, we normally go to my dad's house. My dad hates hosting. Let's be honest here. Like,
I'm with you,
he's
Coach.
telling my mom,
Right.
he has been telling my mom, like, let's do less events. Like, when we all got houses, he was like, okay, you have Thanksgiving, you have Christmas, he divided them out.
Smart.
But my mom loves to host, but my dad, no. So we've done a few Thanksgivings. Like, we did one at Casey's house one year. We had one in mine. It was in the basement. It was really cool. And then, which my grandparents didn't like that too much because they walked up and down the stairs. There's no bathroom down there. There were two police. But this year we had one on October 4th because my grandparents were in and my Uncle Jack was here. So we had like an early pre-Thanksgiving. The food was really good. I mean, we missed out on Casey's like cornbread casserole though. So with that being said, with us already having Thanksgiving, I thought it'd be okay to go to a turkey trot in Chicago and then go see Duke versus Arkansas on Thanksgiving at 7 p.m. because we already had one. So I was like, hey, post is clear. I already saw the family. You know, we already had Thanksgiving.
Check.
That's not the case.
Well, you know, I think when you get to a certain age and you've hosted so many years, you get to the point where you're like, you know what? Everybody's old enough. Kids are old enough. It's time to pass that on. And then maybe once in a while you do one because you kind of look forward to it. Otherwise, this is what you look forward to. The chaos, the stress, the food prep, the cleanup. It becomes a job, and it's not really happy fun time anymore, especially for you when you have to do it. So, you know, when your kids are older or somebody else can take that ball and run with it. Yeah, Coach, I'm with you. Pass the ball.
The problem is, you and I are thinking that way. My wife doesn't think that way.
No, you know.
My wife loves to host.
Yeah.
My wife loves to put on the whole show. It used to, when we moved out here from the West, never done a deep fried turkey. For about a 23-year period, I was in charge of doing multiple deep fried turkeys. And they were excellent. This year, and it's kind of a weaning process as we've gotten older. For the first time this year's Thanksgiving, we will actually be catering in part of the middle, and just all the side dishes are being done.
Nice, smart.
So even though Kelsey is going to be taking off and doing her thing, it's very important that for my wife that we hold certain traditions. And we've grown up, you know, as soon as you get married, you start doing the schedule. Okay, we're going to go to in-laws from 1 to 4. We'll be at my parents from 5 to 7. So you got short windows. Then all of a sudden, when you're kind of the center of the hub, it's a different world.
Right.
And you got to kind of take care of that until things start to happen. Because even as Kelsey made reference, when my mother-in-law was out here for a game in October, she misses all that Thanksgiving chaos. So we had an early Thanksgiving to kind of appease her, to bring her back to her childhood, however you want to phrase it, bring her back to her happy place.
Yeah.
So she was doing all her fun little dishes, and you just kind of get to the point where eventually you just sit back and enjoy the chaos, and you laugh about it. She gives me a hard time because I'm a little bit of a control freak.
No.
I like things done in order and how they should be, and so when you have
Sure.
grandkids and dogs and people running around your house and doing stuff, you're finding places to go kind of separate people so you can talk to them. You
Mhm.
can't have all at once. So you find little corners of the house where you'll kind of have conversations and just, it's not a conversation that, hey, tell me what you're doing here. It's just hey, how's your world, man?
Yeah.
How's this going on? Just kind of spending
Yeah,
time.
that's
And
that's awesome. That's one of the hard things when you have so many people in your house trying to, like, you post a party, trying to, get to talk to everybody and spend a few minutes with them, right? And not
Well, at my house, because it's so Italian, we just talk louder.
I was just
And
gonna
so
say the
it just
problem is
gets
everyone starts
louder and
screaming.
louder, and then the more they drink, it just becomes like a shouting match. And people who don't know us are just like, "Why is everybody fighting?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? Everybody's having a great time, you know." Listen, traditionally, Thanksgiving was every Sunday in our house. It was families, cousins, whatever would come over on a Sunday for a giant pasta dish, to get together because family is important. Until you got to the point where you're like, don't go over next Sunday. I can't deal with you right now. Right. Is it that we're thankful for the one day a year, or are you thankful consistently? Shout out to Tim Santos.
Yep.
Shout out Tim Santos. Good to see you, buddy. I think is our traditions for the holidays, are those something that we should be doing consistently instead of just the holidays, or do we build it up to where like we got that one time or those 2-3 times a year
right,
that we're just like, all right, gear up.
right.
We're gonna be thankful. We're gonna see everybody's gonna be a great time, and then now you get to see them that one time to where you have enough to talk about. Otherwise, is it just a conversation about politics and what they believe, and where everybody's not agreeing, or you know what I mean? So the holidays are stressful in a lot of ways, not just because of the prep, the food, and everything else. It's also about the conversation.
Well, it's
And
the
then-
expectation of what's going to happen,
Right.
and what's going there, and just try. For me, I just keep it simple, stupid, right, and not to get into that. It's just I'm there for the day. I mean, Thanksgiving. Granted, we have the one day to gather, but I mean, for me, I'd love to see everyone every day realizing and giving thanks for what they have and what they don't. Why only one day? I mean, I get it why it started, but you're talking about coming every week or and that type of stuff, and that gets old. But just every day thanking for I'm thankful for you guys every day. I'm thankful for my family, the little stupid things. And this is a day to, I guess, remind everybody that hey, it's not just proven, it's just not guaranteed.
it used to be kind of a tradition in my in-laws family that you sat down at the table sometime and you say, hey, this is what I'm thankful for. And so everybody kind of go around and talk about they're thankful for the year, for whatever. And that's great and that's fine. The one thing I did a couple of years after that, we had a bigger family get together in California. And they put me in charge of that, and I flipped it around. But you get to talk about anybody but you. So you had to actually show your relationship with everybody else in the family, not trying to single anybody out that maybe Johnny and Sally get along a little better. But what you found out, I think we're all kind of making reference to it without talking about it, is the proximity of your family kind of determines your chaos or lack of, or how many times you get together. Because the more you get spread out, I've got family from California to Florida. And so those few times they get together, it's kind of special. On my side of the family, I got one sister. My brother and my parents are all gone. So when she and I get together, it's special. I don't take this personal, but I've got kids that live within 20 or 30 minutes. So you see them every couple of days, every time. All
More
the time.
familiar.
I'm used to it.
Not that it's not special, but it's just more commonplace.
It's common.
Does that make
Take it for
sense?
granted because they're there in front of you.
Well,
Right.
You come walking home and
Right.
boom, there they are, and you're doing this and this. And again, it's not that that's less special because once distance happens, you kind of miss all that. You really do.
Right.
You really do.
Yeah, well,
So-
absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, and this, this spurs, this type of holiday spurs that thought process of what am I thankful for?
Yeah. So
Instead of every day doing it, it's, one day a year I'm going to be thankful. And-
So Don, big shout out to Don, says, hey, not sure why you opened the show with future Scott, but you did.
I was thinking true first.
I am the next 6 weeks. I hate the next 6 weeks. There's nothing about being a coach. Being a coach, you got to show up for every fucking game. That's me, right?
Hate.
And what the holidays do to me is people try to show up for that particular game, right? I love going to the food pantry for Thanksgiving. Now I'm making fun of you, Scott, because that's America. That's people. It's the one time a year that I'm going to think of you and do something. Hey, you know what? We've got a big turkey and some stuffing, so let's go down and help the homeless on this fucking day.
Right.
And it's
Right.
bullshit. If you're do it all fucking year.
Yeah. That's when it matters.
Well, but that's
Well,
what
that's what I was getting at. It's not just
your
the
role
one
as a
day.
coach, and I've done this at 2 different high schools now, is like when we do our scrimmage at the very beginning of the year, so this is in August, is it used to be you would bring a bar of soap for the kids to shower.
They don't shower anymore.
They don't shower.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So we flipped it to where it was to gain entrance, you brought food items. And then I would have the captains of that team take that to the food pantry to try and get them to start to see what it's like to do community service, to be part of it, and to make things a little better. We just started that up at the current school I'm at. And tell you what, it's a nice thing to see some of these young men.
Yeah.
Where all of a sudden it's more than just themselves.
Yeah.
Right. And
And it's not in November.
right.
But I
And
agree with you, Kent, because like I've always hated the holidays because I feel in a sense of like the fakeness of the family.
Mhm.
And I'm like, listen, there's a phone, there's ways to travel, there's ways to communicate. Dude, like I've always could not stand that. Like I have the ability to see my family anytime I want, right? I can go see my dad, my mom, my sister, but when it comes to my extended family, I can't love them dearly, but I can't last more than 2 hours around some of them for 365. And I'm like, I'm out. I'm like, you want to go where for Thanksgiving and Christmas? I'm not going. Because we can connect through a phone call. Like, why do we have to act like everything's high and glory and beautiful on this one day? I don't like the fakeness.
Right.
You will see
I'm
me
with you.
go, right? Like, I'll play with the kids, because the kids are harmless. Or I'm going to go sit in the TV room and like watch football and zone out. And everybody's like, what's wrong with Kelsey? I'm like, don't talk to me. You don't know me. Don't act like you know me. And don't bring up memories 16 years ago. That's not who I am now.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Don agrees. He says people put on a fake face during the holidays, and it should be, all the time. But he says, take the win. Take the win when you get it.
Well, I would agree with that. Take the wins. I think some of the stuff Kelsey's referring to is welcome to social media.
Yeah.
Let me post you how great my life is. The reality is it ain't that good. No.
Yeah.
I
So
gotta tell everybody.
you're 100% right, Coach.
Video. It's like, no.
but at the same time, the way it worked for us back in the day, social media was when they showed up on a holiday
Absolutely.
to tell you how awesome they are and what you're doing wrong. So there's no the difference is there, but it's just more on a screen than it is in person.
Yeah.
So it's really the same thing. I agree with her in a lot of ways when it comes to that. I agree with you in a lot of ways when it comes to both. I've been in both sides of the market. I think so. Listen, we're promoting for Christmas for the natives, Ernalita DeCumos from the Leaders Edge, a show here that we have. She's a fantastic person. She's an author of a book, and she's from the Philippines. Okay, and she's trying to raise money for Christmas for these kids in the Philippines that live mountainside. Okay. Now listen, this is something that my dad would say. I walk to school 3 hours a day in the snow, uphill both ways. It'd be something like that. But this is actual.
Really?
These kids roll 3 hours, no shoes, through a forest, 6 rivers to cross to go to school. Right? No electricity, no water coming out of a faucet. They're trying to raise money to give them shoes, at least to get to school or to have a lunch or to do something like that. Now, when I heard this story during our promotion, I was like, holy shit. I realized how thankful I really am. Right? Because, listen, it could be worse. Always could be worse. And listen, we in America, we have our dumpster fire where we need these kids need diapers. They need, we have kin here, right? That helps.
Right.
kids in need. We got all these different charities that help. But, and nobody, well, we got to keep our money in house instead of going across the pond. Well, my brothers and sisters are worldwide. We need to take our race completely. Otherwise, we just is going to end up like the dinosaurs. So what really brings you to the fact that you feel absolutely, truly thankful? Can you answer? Can anybody at the table answer that?
What makes me feel true?
Yeah, like truthfully, and that gave me a realization.
Perspective.
Yeah, perspective. What's the trigger for you guys on, what are you really, really thankful for?
Yeah, no, I think it's perspective for everyone. People don't walk around feeling thankful all the time the way
They don't,
should,
right.
until it's put up against something else. That perspective is what makes people thankful. You see somebody less fortunate than yourself, you feel thankful. You should, at least. And I think that, it's like what Ken was saying, this time of year, everybody flocks over there because they're like, oh, well, I'm so blessed. I thought about how blessed I am for this one day out of the year. Other people aren't going to eat today on Thanksgiving, so let me go volunteer. And it is unfortunate. Right. The holiday season is unfortunate in that regard. I think it's weird growing up and going through the holidays, because as a kid, you're dragged to these events, right? Big Italian family, right? I was probably 8 years old before my feet ever touched the floor at a family event. He just passed around person to person.
And he was 5'11".
Oh yeah.
That was a year ago.
Yeah.
But then, like what Kelsey said, if you like people in your family, you can reach out to them anytime.
Anytime.
I ended up going through that weird transitional phase, right? You're old enough that your parents aren't making you go to these events anymore. You're going voluntarily, and then you're starting as an adult to be like, I actually don't like these people at all. I like these people a lot. I don't like, and you start to figure that out. And then, then you get to Christmas. It's like, I'm an adult. I can talk to anybody I want all year. I can buy anything I want all year. I don't need people buying me random things. Why do I need you to buy me a surprise? I own everything that I need. I don't need you to buy me a.
Because everyone needs a book of lifesavers.
Yeah, right. Every year since I was in
those?
Yes,
They went to green. And butter rum. You gotta get that butter rum.
No, they don't sell it. You gotta, if you want the lifesavers story,
Right.
You gotta order
So
it
like,
online.
As we talk about Thanksgiving traditions, for the last 28 years, I've gotten together with Alice's family, her sisters, their kids, whatever, at the Wisconsin Dells, right? And it was awesome. We go to the Wilderness Resort. There's water parks. There's fun. We get a condo, so you can make the Thanksgiving dinner, everything there. And when the kids were little, it's cool because there's a lot of excitement, and everybody was very, very tired from playing in the water parks. Playing in the water parks, so there wasn't any time for arguing, right? Because when you get back to the condo, it's like, and just let me fall asleep, watching football or whatever. And so the big thing is that's the tradition. Now the kids are all adults, right? The youngest one, I think, is in 6th or 7th grade, my nephew. And now, Jack is going to be a year old, right?
Yeah.
And we're still doing, and her parents are, early 80s. So anytime we get, right, that is precious time. 28 years ago, it's like, oh, it's just mom and dad, right? But now it's like precious time. So now it takes on a different feel, this tradition, because I have my grandson there, right? Now, the day before, you want to know what I'm thankful for? I'm thankful for modern medicine. I'm thankful for miracles, because Wednesday, the 26th, Jack gets his prosthetic, right? So here's my almost 1-year-old grandson, who will probably, once he gets this leg, start running around because he wants to. He's trying to walk, and he can't because he doesn't have 2 feet right now, right? So I get the Dr. Seuss book out, and I have to stop after this first page. 1 foot. That's it. I can't go 1 foot, 2 foot, red foot, blue foot. I can only go 1 foot because Jack is like, well, what the fuck? What do you mean 2 feet? Right? So this year is going to be special to me, because the joy on this kid's face, that he now on his right side can feel the ground. right? So this Thanksgiving is special because of that, right? And now it'll be marked that way for me all the time.
His expression will show the thankfulness. His expression will show
Yeah.
the thankfulness.
Yeah.
Other than that,
And he'll be
other than
truly
that, you
thankful.
say you hate it though. That's the thing for me. It sounds like this you said you actually cherish, but you love getting together with family, and that's the one time a year or this time for Thanksgiving
No.
you get together.
No.
You
No.
said you cherish this time when you go up there with them.
Now,
Really,
now,
you said hate it.
no, now because of the time frame,
I think the
Right.
key word you said though is perspective.
right?
Because we all go through these cycles of, and I'll go back to, well, if I can go do anything I want, 'cause I have all the money, well, great. But anytime you've gone through a hard time, a tough time, or whatever, I was thinking of coming over because Kelsey told me the content was, and I was thinking back to my college days. I'm going to see some college buddies. We're all thankful we went to college 40 years ago when everybody was poor.
Mm.
We were all athletes today, and athletes getting $200,000 for playing the sport. We remember when it was like that 25 cents in a checking account, and you had to make things happen.
Floating checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check was $1.50.
That's right.
But you, by having to go through tough times, you find ways to bond and do things.
Yeah.
Because you don't have money, so you find a way to come up with a meal. You find a way to do this. So once you have that, it's kind of your way to pay it forward. It's kind of the way I was brought up. We came up in a poor family.
Yeah.
Poor family. And I look back all the times I was drug out to go help build this or help do this or help do that. And now I cherish those memories because that's when we had to find solutions to things rather than running down to the store and
Do you
buying
think
something.
back when it was happening to you though that you actually appreciated it, or was it just more of a drug?
Oh, no, you were being drugged through it.
Right.
Yeah.
And now you're like, okay, now it's great. I wish for the old days, right?
Well,
Thankful for that because you realize how back then it might have been better, not necessarily better, but different, right? And now you're more appreciative for those.
I'm glad I was taught the lesson.
Right. And
I
you're
did-
more,
I did
you can
appreciate it.
understand that
Yeah.
now as an older individual.
Again, I think the key word was perspective.
Right.
As you go through the cycle of life, you go from this to this to this, and you kind of see it. And so by having that well-rounded vision,
Yeah.
You have a different appreciation at different points in your life.
Yeah, and
we've all been at the point where God, no, I don't want to go.
right.
Well, and
And
that's the thing with the perspective. I mean, for me, I'd love, my thing is work hard, be nice to people. I'd like to see it happen all year long, being thankful for when you wake up in the morning, or for having you guys as friends, or the job that you have,
Yeah.
or the car that runs. The simple
So-
things that really make it, not just one day to go, oh, I'm thankful that we
Right. And
discovered
Scott-
America.
and Scott, your dad, Bob, welcome in, Pops. Says, hey, Scott does that all year round. He's just more vocal about the food pantry this time of year. So your dad's got your back on that. You do good things all year.
I try.
So it's good, right?
I try. I do my
Shayna
best with it.
says that's dark, Kent. I'm pretty dark. Yeah,
And I think it depends on what's going on all year. Like you wake up and you're thankful because your grandson's getting that. So like for me this year, it's like, man, I'm finally doing things for me.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm thankful for, is I'm actually standing up for Kelsey. So like, okay, Kelsey's always wanted to go to a college basketball game. Never been. I might have been when I was little, but I don't remember that stuff. So I'm like, I'm actually doing things that I've always wanted.
way to pay attention to what your dad did.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Jesus, I swear.
And I'm still seeing my family. So like, I
Kicking and
still.
screaming on the way to the game.
I bet you. I bet
Usually that's a lot of money down the drain.
Goddamn
But like,
kid.
I'm still making
So
time
much-
for the family,
Sure.
so I don't hear that.
Yeah.
But I thought Coast was clear this year because we already had Thanksgiving October 4th. I'm like, we already did it. The
Oh,
chaos was
clear.
here.
Yeah.
That's just because your grandma was in town.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
the chaos.
You forgot to talk to mom.
But
No,
yeah,
I talked to mom. Remember when I talked to mom?
you didn't take note, is what you did. Yeah.
Well, there's a trick of the trade too. When you can put on that smile and just nod a lot, because everybody loves to hear them talk about themselves consistently.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that you sit at a table and go, "Tell me something, but it's not about you." I love that. I actually might throw that out this year.
Mhm.
There's a lot of that going.
I'll tell you that the couple years we did that, again, we were all in California. It didn't go over well with some people.
Of
But
course.
what I loved was listening to all the nieces and nephews have to talk about brothers and sisters. On it. Now, my wife has kind of gotten to the point where she puts me in charge of the games these holidays.
Of course.
So I'm working on a new one for this Thanksgiving that I can't divulge right now because somebody might say something.
No, she will. She's a loudmouth.
You know what? Yeah.
She's not going to be there. She's going to be down.
It'll be all over social
Well,
media. too.
you know, here at 21.6, because we like to hear ourselves talk, we're going to run this.
Hi, I'm Tommy. If you're not at 216 Creator Studios, this is what it sounds like. Now, if you are at 216 Creator Studios, this is what it sounds like.
Yeah! 216creatorstudios.com.
Speaking of 216creatorstudios.com, if you haven't gone out and checked out our website, it is up to date, it is new, it is fresh. We're adding stuff every week. If you've missed an episode of The Grounds, an episode of Little Black Rain Crowd, any of your favorite shows, if you haven't caught all of our favorite shows, it's out there. You can click on it and it'll take you right to the playlist and you can catch any episode, your favorite episode. Absolutely check it out, www.216creatorstudios.com for all the updates and everything that's happening here with the 216 family. But if you haven't been to it in a while, check it out. It is sharp.
We're going to have that live stream too. I want to throw that out.
Yeah.
We've got a live stream coming in for the veterans December 5th. It is Madden Gaming Day here at the studio. We have a kid coming in to sing the national anthem for him. Might even have an announcer from the Chicago Cubs coming in to announce the game. There's going to be duck and diet food, stuff like that. So make sure you log in and check out the live stream.
December 5th, the evening of December 5th.
Yep, 5 o'clock CST.
Yep, you got it. All right, let's jump into the beans. What do we got?
Chelsea, grab one.
Drum roll, please.
Did you have that in your little sound machine?
Are you still holding on to someone?
Am I still holding? Yes, and I was arrested for that.
Were you on the
Next
list?
question.
It was myself, and there was 40 around me.
I don't know. I don't
Anyway,
know.
thank you for tuning into the
Yeah, I don't know really what that means.
I don't, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would say most people are. You ever lost someone? You still
Okay.
think about them. You still,
Oh, yeah,
they still
of
hold
course.
place in your heart. You know,
Like it
could
was
be-
yesterday, bro.
Could be an old flame, could be a relative. I mean, I hold people dear. I think about them all the time. People that have passed, you can't talk to them anymore. Sitting there getting ready in the morning, and you're just like it popped into your head.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%.
You can still talk to them, but if you do it around people, they think you're fucking nuts. That's
Wear your headset, right?
oh,
You can talk to yourself
Like,
all
I'm
day, and
a-
people
they
just
think
think
they
you're
think
talking
you're
on the phone.
I'm a-
Yeah, and then you can just be as crazy as you want.
you can.
Yeah, that's called great hack.
I'm gonna buy one of those earbuds. I keep losing them. Yes, my brother. To answer your question, it would be my brother. You know, my mentor. I lost. He left this world too early for me, at least. But I continuously talk to him. I hang on to him. I don't think you really let anybody go when you lose them, especially from this planet. I think you kind of there's a place in your heart. Do you forget what they sound like? Possibly, but they're always there. You know, you always remember them, and that's that little bit of pain that you get. That you go, oh, I'm still here. I'm still chugging along. I think that's 100% normal for anybody to have to go through that. What about you, Scott? Who are you hanging on to?
You know, I don't have any one specific. You know, I'm still very blessed to have everybody in my immediate family still with us.
His name was Dave.
Yeah,
Dude, you've lost some serious friends in the last 2
I
years.
have. But
They don't matter.
Yeah,
What's that?
they don't matter.
They don't matter.
No,
You let them go already.
You let them go.
Yeah.
No, I did. I didn't let them go. I appreciated everything they brought to my life and everything we've been through together. And I realized that was a part of my life that now is gone. I do appreciate them, appreciate everything that we've gone through together. I don't find myself too much thinking back, and just holding on to it. I just appreciate when things might get tough or someone is sick. It's like you don't realize how good you got it and are thankful until something bad happens, right? When those things happen, that really brings that to the surface for me. But as a general rule, on a daily basis, I'm pretty much just focused on that day and the people that are in front of me. I use the things that I've learned from the people that I've lost. When a situation would come up where I could use their knowledge or the information that I got from them over the past, but I don't find myself too much unless I'm like riding.
Yeah, you're not holding on to them.
Not really.
So that was the question.
I'll appreciate it.
Yeah.
If I'm out like riding my motorcycle or skiing, go, man, I remember back when we did it together, or what we started or what they brought to the thing. But I think that's the one thing that I don't hold on to and go back into the past a lot, because there are a lot of things I do look at in the past, but I've just kind of appreciated those at that point, and then praying that the immediate that I still have.
No, that was your handwriting. What about you?
See,
I will answer, but I was trying to get somebody else to turn. That was all.
Yeah,
I was turning.
Yeah, circles.
we've
It's called the roundabout. They're building them all.
They're building them everywhere.
That's right.
They're building them everywhere.
Get you through more efficiently. See, Chelsea, you gotta listen.
Yeah, I'm
Change
not
is good. It's efficient.
I'm sorry.
Hey, we have a place in life. We get there for certain
Anyways,
reasons.
how's it going?
when you lose people, I think a lot of times how the extent to which you hang on to them have that level of regret, because I think what Scott's saying is he remembers them fondly but has no regret. He's not hanging on to any sort of like, oh, I'm so sad, I wish they were still here type of feel. Now I've lost a few people in the past couple of years. I'd say like of them, I got to say goodbye to my father. So that was actually one of the easier ones. I got to say goodbye to him. We had multiple conversations over the course of him being sick. That wasn't as hard. I lost friends, where I logged onto Facebook in the morning and had to find out that I'd lost a friend from Facebook, which is not the way you want to learn of a friend's passing. Like it's through a group situation. And those ones still stick with me because you didn't get to say goodbye. Maybe in a couple of those cases they reached out, were like, "Hey, what are you up to this weekend?" And it's like, "I'll see you next time you're in town." That's my mistake. Won't have another chance. Those are the things that I hold on to, and I try. I don't let it eat at me, but there are things that you think about where it's like, "Oh man, this person's gone. I'm never going to be able to talk to them again," or they pop into your head. It's like, "Oh, I wonder what they're up to." Can't text them. It's those weird phantom feelings that you get that I consider hanging on to people.
That's right. For me, I feel it's really important. Every time you see somebody, no matter if they live close or far away, love them, hug them, just like you guys every week. You know what I mean? We appreciate seeing each other and talking with each other every week and seeing our different perspectives, right? And that's when you get to that point, like, oh shit, I should have said I love you, or you can't talk to me anymore. Those might be the things that we look back on. I wish I would have, moments. And I hate those moments.
I would say kind of jumping in a couple things here. Finding out former teammates that I haven't seen in 20 years pass on Facebook. And the cool thing, and I'll say the cool thing for me is all of a sudden you go kind of investigate what that individual did for the last 20 years. You might have only seen them once in a decade.
Yeah.
But then you kind of get oh my gosh, they were doing this and this and this. That's cool.
Yeah.
And you kind of see all the stuff they were doing. You're going, you know what? He was always like that. I'm glad he finished out his life doing those kind of things. I'm glad they did that. So it's you get to kind of read the book, for lack of a better way to say it, and you get to enjoy the journey they kind of went through. Yeah, I went out sad. Just lost a friend who passed away to cancer, and it's sad that how he went out. But what's cool is you go do all this electronic stuff, and you see the obituaries of people posting up, and people sharing stories of what he did. That's cool. Because that you always knew they were that kind of
That's
person.
the legacy they leave.
Well, you always knew they were that kind of person. It's cool they did it for their entire lives. And they affected other people.
Yeah.
And that's where you sit back and go, that's cool.
Well,
They made a difference.
too, sometimes saying goodbye, being able to say goodbye sucks because usually they're not in their best of how you want to remember them when you're doing it. So like, everybody at the table, I'll say goodbye right now. At least I remember you for what you're at right now. Chris Pry, shout out to his family. Saying goodbye to him was hard. It was like watching Skeletor in a bed that could barely understand what I'm saying. Saying goodbye to my brother and then having to pull the plug on him, even worse. So those are the memories that I have to live with going through that, right? It's traumatic every time for me. So yeah, being able to say goodbye, and I'm with you, Steve, is kind of a good closure. However, when you're doing it, that memory, once it's in that old brain, it never leaves. You can never get rid of it. It's about how you handle it and be able to talk about that person. Best thing you could ever do for somebody that you lose in order to remember them is talk about them to other people.
Mhm.
That way, their legacy carries on.
Yeah.
Whatever they have done in the positive fashion and what they haven't done in the positive fashion is always a learning lesson too. So, their life story is always good to carry on and be able to mention it. When you see it on Facebook, I love that because yes, social media's got its good and its bads, right? The good thing is about that is you get to see how many people, how many lives this person has touched, and what they've actually done in their life, and what they maybe things that you didn't realize of what they did. And I mean, listen, we're all on the chessboard, right? And so perspective is key. Sometimes I look at Facebook when I lose a friend, I'm like, oh, I'm winning. You know what I mean? Or am I? I don't know, right? But perspective is key to how you handle loss and being thankful for the ones that are around you. So yeah, I mean, being around family on a chaotic holiday, I guess what I would be thankful for on that is I still get to see them because I do love every single one of them individually and as a whole. My in-laws are wonderful people. They really are. Truly wonderful people, and I love them dearly. It's because we know each other so much. There's those little tiny conflicts that you're like, ugh, I got to deal with that shit, right? But at the same time, I would never want or think I would take a bullet for them. I would, you know what I mean? Anything that they need, I got their back at the same time. That's true family. Right
There was a story that I was just reading about, and it was about two female soldiers, and one was killed in Afghanistan in 2012. And I'm going to forget her name, so I apologize on that. But she was Native American, Navajo from New Mexico. The person she was with was from West Virginia. And it kind of led to the whole women in combat thing that finally got changed around into it. But they were, the one woman that survived it was going back to the family. They've done all kinds of events back there to remember the one that gave her life for her. And she made a quote that was really kind of cool. It was like, every time somebody speaks her name, she's still alive.
Mm-hmm.
And so every time you're sharing that memory,
That's right.
she's still alive. Every time you go to that event, she's still alive. Every time you go there, they're still alive. I thought that was a very intelligent way to look at some things, a very spiritual way, if you want to call it that. I don't care what your
What
choice
you believe
is.
is, sure.
It was kind of cool. And here's this two people completely opposite, but they were together for a moment, and this person did something pretty incredible that affected the other person. So they're trying to carry that on for a long, long time. A long time. So
Yeah, I 100% believe in that. Yeah.
So I think that when somebody's done here on the blue marble, if they were close to you, it creates a crack in your heart, or a little piece of your heart leaves, right? And because I can go years and take for granted whatever buddies from my basketball team or whatever. Then you see they die and you're like, oh, so I think if you call it holding on to, I don't think necessarily holding on to. I think it keeps them alive. But there's times where a zap of energy spreads that gap in the crack in your heart, that whether it's a smell, whether it's a laugh, whether it's a story, whether it's you thought you heard their voice, whatever, that says, hey, I'm still with you, right? So for me, everybody that I probably lost, I hold on to, absolutely 100%, because I think that there's moments that what, like you said, you're getting ready and they come across your mind. That's the universe, that's your heart, that's God, whatever you want to believe in, that says, hey, this person's still with you, I'm okay, whatever the case may be, right? That's why people are like, oh, I think he's up there looking down on us. No, I don't think that's the way it is, but you know what I mean? Because that says that they were truly part of you. And if you don't get that, then I don't think they were ever truly part of you, right? There's people that I've never met there that I bumped into at the grocery store, had a nice conversation, don't know their name or whatever, and maybe they're dead, I don't know, but they weren't part of me, right? So I think you may not dwell on it for eternity, but if they meant something to you, right? Then yeah, you hold on to them, and you're not maybe mentally or physically holding on to them, but there's a way the universe goes, hey, here's this, right?
A
So
reminder.
so there is,
like Titanic style.
yes,
I'll hold on to you, but it's up here. It's
right.
not like,
So
I'm gonna let you go.
so there, Phil Wallace, good friend of ours and a good friend of 216, put out there, he wants to put out positive things. This is, hey, everybody put a piece of advice out there, life advice or whatever. So I go and I go, life's an adventure to be lived, not a problem to be solved, which I got from Rancher Ron, who is a dear mentor of mine, right? And then all of a sudden, somebody on that post goes, shout out to Rancher Ron, right? So not only did he make a huge impact on my life, but somebody else was moved by it too, right? So I think you hold on. I think you absolutely hold on to people who were part of you.
You hold on to what you maybe learned from them. Like when you're talking about, I hold on to what I learned from them and what they meant to my life. I don't dwell on, like you use the word dwell.
Yep.
Right. When I think about the people that I lost, I think about who they were at the times and what, we shared together, and that's important because that's
holding on to them.
Right. Well,
So do you have
those are
any-
people that have kind of molded me or, created.
So who's the person? Everybody's got the one person in their family where you're like, I can't wait for their cheesecake. That one thing that you're like, man, they make the best of, because food is a memory in itself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Food or drink. My wife will make my mom's cheesecake, and the moment I taste it, she's right there.
I'm take you right back.
Oh my god, yeah.
My mom does cherry oak cream cheese pie. It's just to die
So
for.
if you have, the best thing you can do too is if you have recipes or something they were into to where you kind of pick that up. If it's a hobby, if it's whatever, you're continuously doing something that they were doing, you're living their legacy of something that they did, right? And then you're able to share that. If it's art, if it's food, if it's a certain drink that was created by somebody you knew, if it's whatever it is that your family does that kind of gives you that nostalgia. Like when you think back in the day, now listen, I'm a South Side Chicago kid. When I grew up, I remember sitting in my pajamas on the radiator,
Stay warm.
looking out the window at the snow, waiting for my dad to come home. You know what I mean? For Christmas, my dad was a night shift guy for Commerce Clearinghouse as a steel printer. And those memories, and so like anytime I see a radiator like that, you don't see those that often anymore. Even in the houses in Chicago, swap them out. But when I see that, I'm like, oh yeah, memory, and it brings back my mom, my dad, my brother. And so I think you never let go, and you never really forget. But there's reminders to go, hey, don't forget, that constantly poke you.
I would agree. There's like two people for me I will always hold on to would be like my grandma, my daughter. But I don't think holding on is like a bad thing. Like
Right.
learning in my grieving group and with my therapist, it can give you so many happy moments.
Yep.
Like yes, your heart breaks off, but at the same time, like whatever held you to that person will forever be with you. So a lot of like my native and reflection and forest therapy I've been doing a lot of reminds me of my grandma, which is his mom. Because that was what we had in connection. Every time we went to the cabin and grandma stayed up late, and I know grandma was drunk and everything, but I got the best stories because I always slept with grandma. So it was just in one of those where she would be like, go out there and explore. And my aunt kind of took on it a little bit too. She's still obviously alive to this day, his sister, and Aunt Debbie is almost 90% the same as my grandma. So I love the fact that when I look at my aunt, I can see my grandma.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and granted, the thing that kind of drives me, I guess, away from some folks is the fact that just because I had this bond with her doesn't mean you did.
Right.
You know, you knew her at a different timeline than I did, but that doesn't mean that my bond is any less than your bond.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and everybody touches souls differently. So
Mhm.
I think it's crazy. You know, I was named after my great grandma, so I have Ginger in my middle name, and then I named my daughter after her great grandma, and they happen to pass within 2 weeks of each other.
Mm.
You know, so it's just one of those like, yes, now I can come to realization like, well, they met somehow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I hold on to that so dearly. December is a very hard month, but like I can't say, but it's a hard month. But I think holding on is a good thing. Like we've lost a lot of family members and friends around us to suicide. You know, so that's another hard one too. But I still remember, you know, that little piece of that individual, and I will always hold that forever. You know, so I don't think holding is a bad thing. I think it just depends on how you use its energy
Mhm.
towards your
Well
life.
put.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just a facet of life. I mean, you can't ascribe good or bad to just a facet of life. People die, you remember them. Human beings are just a collection of memories, and that's really all we are at the end of the day. We hold on to these people, we keep them alive. Someday we'll be gone, and somebody will keep us alive in the same way. It's not an inherent bad thing, but we do. I mean, I don't know anybody who's lost people and doesn't keep their memory.
Yeah.
Keep something close about them.
So listen, on your casket when you die, whatever, just make sure you got a QR code running back to the grounds or www.216creatorstudios.com because this is where you live forever.
That'll be a tattoo.
That's right.
You know, I guess
the
the one thing to always remember too is you are in this world truly alone. Even though you have people that love you next to you.
Mhm.
You don't have an option on how you come in this world. You don't have an option on how you leave this world, and if you are, you're blessed. So the only option you really have is how you live it.
Mm-hmm.
And so stop wasting time, go get it. You know, don't worry about the negativities that throw at you, that people want to give you advice. If they want to give you advice, they're just trying to help. If it doesn't work for you, you could just dismiss it and move forward. It doesn't matter. As long as you do the one thing, and that's move forward.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's about what time you have in this world because you never know when that ends. So go get it. That's the only suggestion I always get from others. And I love to spread and pass on to others because, you know, you're limited. And I don't care if you're 30, 40, 50, 60 fucking years old. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Your time's not over. Go get it. And there's never too late to change or adapt or to open your mind to something new. The only one that can ever hold you back is you, right?
Mhm.
So be thankful for being able to experience the life that you're in now and go get it.
Take advantage of what's in front of you. You know, just do what you want to do. You know, don't, you know, the regrets of people. I think when you die, it's not, people don't, you know, you're not going to regret what you did. You're going to regret what you didn't do. You know, so go out and do it because we have one. You've only got a certain amount of time on the blue market, right? So if you want to do it, do it.
Well,
You know,
females
it's
are
really
like cats. We have 9 lives. So I don't know about men, but
Did you say personalities? Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I heard in the headphones. That's what I heard in the headphones. But you're the only woman at the table, and we're all outnumbered.
yeah,
Right. It doesn't matter. There's still 9 of them.
That's right.
We're outnumbered, Jimmy.
That's right.
I don't know. Y'all might be women at one point.
Yeah. Hey, everybody's got a little.
That's how I live with nothing but women. I'm more women than you are.
Yeah.
I'm cycling with them right now.
You give thanks for that day.
You have nice eyelashes.
I do.
Yeah.
They're
It's
gorgeous.
a weird flex.
That was a weird flex. That went
That's for
sideways.
you, baby.
fast. That's,
I think it's like-
that's right. Hey, that's right.
Oh, you guys are
Rapid.
I love it.
Yeah, I think it's you know, for that question, I my answer would be yes. There are people that I hold on to. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Coach, were you gonna say something?
Well, I was just listening and laughing and kind of going down it. And she keeps referring to my mom, her grandma. And she used to always get mad at me because I always worried about the trip getting from the starting point to the ending point. She used to always tell me to enjoy the journey.
Mm-hmm.
And unbeknownst to anybody, this first time I'll really say it, is like when I travel right now, my tribute to her is I don't like getting on airplanes. I don't like doing that. I like to drive.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Because I'm now to the point in my life where I don't have to be anywhere at any given time. And I don't have to stay anywhere for any given time. I have to just do what my mom always told me, enjoy the journey. And there are times, first year I was retired, I took off on a trip. I was supposed to be gone for 2 weeks. I ended up being gone for 4 weeks.
Nice.
And it's one of those, hey, let's go here. Okay. Or, hey, let's go here. Nah, I don't want to do that. I'm going over here. And just kind of, I called it my walkabout.
Yeah.
But I just, okay. I did a great walkabout, got it out of my system, did some things. Now it's kind of set up some other things going down the road where we meet. I got a bunch of friends now. We meet once a year just because we're not all going to be here.
That's it.
So let's do it. Not go to each other's funerals, but let's go play golf in St. George. Let's go play golf in Scottsdale. Let's go hang out at the Grand Canyon. Let's go do this. And we're just trying to enjoy the journey. So
should drive a ball
Take advantage
off
of
the
time
Grand
that you
Canyon.
have, right? And that's the thing. Ken says it all the time. It is a journey, right? But what you do with your time is important, right? Because it's only up to you really what you do at the end of the day and how you spend your time.
well, and again, you guys are going through a lot of scenarios into it. I'm going to refer back to coaching. You think about what a coach does. All we do is drill all freaking day long, right?
Mhm.
For what? Why do we do drills? Why do we do all these things we're trying to
You
teach?
learn that skill.
So when
You
you
learn
And
skill.
you
Why?
contribute it to the game.
Why?
Get better.
Because the game is full of chaos, and so you have to
That's
have
right.
something you reach back to deal with the chaos. No game is exactly the same.
never.
No game is anywhere else. Just trying to train to deal with the chaos. So when the chaos happens, you
That's
have
right.
some kind of a skill set. You go, well, I need to do this. Not that this or that is wrong or right. You're just going to go do A. You're going to go, to behind the screen, in front of the screen, whatever your sport is. But it's like
That's it.
you train for
In
life.
sports,
and
in
chaos.
sports, I like sports because it really puts discipline in kids, right? And people, you realize that this is what I need to do. You learn that skill, and then you can attribute it to what you're doing, right? And you have goals in mind. You can see yourself progressively, hopefully getting better. So sports is a good thing for kids to do because it does give them that mindset.
Or it's a bad thing.
Growing.
Or it's a,
If they just want to, they don't.
yeah,
want to
or it's if it's a fucking horrible thing if they're not athletic.
Right.
And it's like,
And their parents think they're amazing.
right. Right. Chess
Vicariously through them.
chess is a good segue to life. Listen, another great episode here of The Grounds. Again, if you love The Grounds, go to www.216creatorstudios.com. Click on The Grounds, take you right to all of our playlists. You can catch your favorite episode, an episode you didn't catch, all that good stuff. We are on the back end of this, and we absolutely appreciate everybody out there. Now, listen, we have a goal in mind in 2026, and we are looking for 1,000 subscribers to YouTube. So if you aren't subscribed to 216 Creator Studios on YouTube, go out there and subscribe for us. You'd be doing us a favor because that's our goal, and we can't get to our goal without your help. We're more than halfway there, but the goal is to get there. So share this with your friends. Again, we talk a daily dose of encouragement for everybody. There's always good things. You're not going to agree with every show, but we got shows that cover all aspects of life. Just no politics, no news, right? So we stay away from all that. But listen, you're rolling out. We are not going to be live next Friday. We're taking next Friday off. Because it's Black Friday. It sounds racist, but we're taking it off because it's Black Friday here in America. And we're not going to be around. We're going to be spending some time with family and friends on that long weekend, on the Thanksgiving weekend. But, just make sure next Friday morning, if you still need your grounds, just go out to YouTube and just watch us. Grab an old one. What's that?
Show it to your family.
Yeah, show it to your family. Have it running on Friday morning for everybody. But we truly appreciate everybody tuning in, joining us, having fun. Have a great Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. We certainly appreciate you joining us every week to listen to our sometimes goofy stuff. But hey, you know what? That's what life's all about. We certainly appreciate you. Go out there, be the change you want to see in the world. Work hard, be nice to people. And let's really take a look at it. And let's not make Thanksgiving a one-day-a-year thing. Really, every day, be thankful for what you have. Even be thankful for the shit that happens to you. Might not be good, but it's going to create you and it's going to mend and it's going to mold you, right? So I'm thankful every day, guys. Try it. We appreciate it.
Tired of negative content that brings you and your algorithm down, ruining your day? Don't be that guy. Level up your screen time. Welcome to 216 Creator Studios. We are fun, funny, informational, educational, entertaining, motivating, and we are here for your listening and viewing pleasure. Make sure you check out The Grounds every Friday morning. We live stream at 7:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Kent, Drew, Scott, Steve, and Kelsey will make you laugh, cry, and learn something new. Or how about Let's Talk Local, a community podcast spotlighting local businesses and events and the stories of how and why they do what they do. Or how about Around the Piano, where Tim Paul and Drew Cappuccino interview new, talented musicians as well as some of the great titans of the music industry. And if none of that strikes your fancy, how about one of my personal favorites, The Stories of the Paranow. Watch as Seabass, and myself research, react, and judge some of the craziest paranormal articles and videos that we can find on the net. And if none of those strike your fancy, we have so many other shows to watch, and we're bringing new ones in all the time. So go to YouTube, 216 Creator Studios, hit that live tab, hit that like button, that share button, that comment button, that subscribe button, ring that bell so that you never miss an episode. Our shows are broadcast on youtube.com/@216thenet/streams. Find us, follow us, and get inspired today. 216 Creator Studios, content that moves you forward.